Brisbane's constantly changing, and to keep up with it, welcome to the first weekly update on the Brisbane Channel. This video is sponsored by YB Painting Services, but more on that later. The first big update happened on the 1st of December when it was announced that tunnelling under Adelaide Street for the upcoming metro was completed. And by the way, we all know it's just a bus. Please don't waste your time writing that in the comments. We know it's a bus, but we have to use the official name, and the official name is Metro. So they announced on the 1st of December, not just that tunnel had been completed, but also when the Metro would begin operations, as well as when other updates to the Brisbane bus network would be rolled out. The Brisbane Channel was invited to take a look around on the day. And let's talk about the tunnel first. The tunnel will allow metro services coming over Victoria Bridge to bypass the tunnel under Queen Street Mall and connect with the northern busway at King George Square Station. It's only 250 metres long, but the hopes are that it will have some positive effects on the entire bus network.
Those congested queues on the Victoria Bridge, the bus queues, that can often add 10 minutes to a journey, will start to be a thing of the past. So yes, you may have to change out of one bus and into the metro vehicle. Your waiting time might be less than 2 minutes, but you will be saving up to 10 minutes in the inner city on that trip. So overall, it's going to be quicker, it's going to be more comfortable, and it's going to be more reliable.
But now let's get to the schedule announced for the metro and for the other changes to Brisbane's bus network. Metro services on the M2 route will begin on January 28th, running between the University of Queensland and Royal Brisbane and Women's Hospital, increasing capacity on the former Route 66 by up to 3.4 million seats each year. New school services will be introduced in line with the start of the school year, with 9 new school routes and route changes on 17 services. In Q2 of 2025, the Metro's M1 line will start up, replacing bus routes 111 and 160 between 8 Mile Plains and Roma Street. Also, the second stage of Brisbane's new bus network will begin, including 5 new bus routes, 4 new all-day services, 12 bus routes combined, and 3 bus routes divided. There's more detailed information on those in the Brisbane Channel's November update. In Q3 of 2025, Metro services will switch from the Queen Street Tunnel to the Adelaide Street Tunnel, allowing the Metro service frequency to increase from every 5 minutes in peak time to every 3 minutes once the Metro fleet is complete. After that, rapid business cases will start on the expansion of the Metro to Castledine, Springwood, Capalaba and the airport. And the CEO of RACQ gave hope that there was potential for the routes to expand to other Greater Brisbane LGAs.
We look forward to the feasibility study to see if this can be expanded to then connect the local council government areas that are just outside of Brisbane. We think that would be a terrific boost as well for the people of Brisbane.
At the press conference, State Premier David Crisafulli confirmed the commitment of the state government to lock in the 50-cent fares permanently. Transport Minister Brent Mickelberg added that costings had been included in the upcoming state budget. For those more politically oriented, the full unedited press conference, which is available to channel members at insider level or above, gave some insight into the position of the new state government on a range of issues, from the Olympics review to criticisms of their youth crime policy, and also which questions they did not want to answer directly. But the Brisbane Channel will aim to avoid any political commentary moving forward, so you can just watch yourself and make of it what you will. As I mentioned earlier, this video is sponsored by a great Brisbane business, YB Painting. When I need work done on my place, guaranteed this is who I'll be calling. Their professionalism and near-obsessive attention to detail is impressive, and with fixed pricing and a 5-year warranty on all their work, you can be sure there'll be no unpleasant surprises. If you're thinking of having some painting done, you'll get a 10% discount as a viewer of the Brisbane Channel. Scan this QR code or click the link in the video description to find out how to claim your 10% off the next time you book with YB Painting. It seems this is the era of smart things. Smart phones, smart ticketing, and now smart bins. Brisbane City Council has introduced 3 smart bins on Queen Street Mall. The bins are for the collection of recyclable bottles, and under the Containers for Change scheme, 10 cents will be donated to the Lord Mayor's Charitable Trust for every bottle received. The bins, developed by Sulo, are solar-powered. So I'm in the city, came in for something else, and if I'd known I'd be doing a video, I would have shaved and done my hair. But anyway, just found out about Brisbane City Council's new smart bins, and so we're going to give them a spin. So what you do is you scan the barcode of the bottle first. Yep. And when, lights up green, put the bottle in. There we go. That's it. Over in Logan, their city council has added container exchange points, where people who can't make it to a Containers for Change facility can put recyclables in a special bin where they can be collected by others to be taken to exchange for the 10-cent refund. In the 23-24 financial year, 196 million containers were recycled just in Logan, meaning that almost $20 million in refunds were given to Logan residents. If you don't know about Containers for Change, you can find out about it in this video from a while back about ways to save money in Brisbane. Of course, the state government's 100-day review into Olympic infrastructure has been launched, and urban planning firm Archipelago have submitted their proposal for redevelopment of Victoria Park for consideration. The plan, called Brisbane Bold, includes a new 70,000-seat stadium, an indoor arena, and construction of a land bridge over the inner-city bypass and rail lines. Advantages of the location include proximity to public transport, with both rail and metro stations nearby. This was the preferred option under the initial 60-day review conducted by former Brisbane Lord Mayor Graham Quirk, but was abandoned when former State Premier Stephen Miles chose Cusack as the main stadium location. The Brisbane Channel will follow the review and keep you updated, but while we're on the Olympics, it was announced this week that Cycling Australia's National Cycling Centre of Excellence will be established here in Brisbane as we gear up for the Olympics less than 8 years from now. The track sprint and BMX racing programs will be located in the Sleeman Sports Complex. The centre will host the 2026 UCI BMX Racing World Championships and the 2030 UCI Track Cycling World Championships before the Olympic Games in 2032. In a proposal that has the potential to radically change the face of South Brisbane, AREA has put in an application to build the tallest building outside of the CBD. The development, if approved, will feature 3 towers at 24, 36 and 50 stories high. It will include a 1,600 square metre courtyard, providing green space for residents and the wider community. Heritage buildings, Bond's Sweets Factory and Maloof's Fruit Shop and Residence will be restored and integrated into the development, which besides apartments will also house a hotel and retail outlets. Another notable development announced this week is a $200 million Japanese green hydrogen plant on Bulwer Island near the Port of Brisbane. It will be built by ENEOS, Japan's largest oil company. Construction will begin next year, and from 2026, the facility will produce up to 680 kilograms of green hydrogen each day. The hydrogen, in liquid form as methylcyclohexane, can be transported at room temperature and normal pressure, making it easy to store and transport. Much of the hydrogen produced will be shipped back to Japan. In more community-focused news, Brisbane city markets, which are currently held each Wednesday at Redcliffe Place, will be expanding across the road to the top of Queen Street Mall as part of the council's City to South Bank vision. Other parts of the plan include adding shade sails along Victoria Bridge, which was temporarily suspended due to budget cuts last year, and removing cafes and bars at either end of the mall to add seating and shade structures. Shade is much needed in Brisbane's hot summers, and that brings us to the next update. Brisbane City Council has brought back the $2 Summer Dips program, where entry to the 22 public pools in Brisbane City will cost, no surprise, $2. Here's the pools included in the scheme, which runs until February 28 next year. Also this week, an application was made to Council to connect the existing southern climbing route on the Story Bridge with a new one on the northern side, making the entire length of the bridge accessible. But the application was also to add additional infrastructure to allow drinks to be served to climbers at the top. Needless to say, residents in nearby apartments interviewed by media are not keen on the idea. The application goes to vote in a council meeting next week, so we should know by the next update on the Brisbane Channel if it will be approved or not. A couple of updates for Moreton Bay City. Firstly, Moreton Bay City Council has announced that from January 1, people who receive their rates notices in the mail will pay an additional $2.50 along with their regular rates. The extra amount is to cover the cost of printing and mailing out the notices. People who receive their emails electronically and those who are receiving a pensioner rebate or a self-funded retirees rebate will also not have to pay the additional $2.50. The second Moreton Bay update is that it was announced this week that work has begun on Rivermont, a new master-planned community in Warraba, Queensland's newest planned city. It will add about 2,050 new homes to the area. Lots will be available from early next year, and the first homes are expected to begin construction in the first quarter of 2026. Over in Ipswich, the City Council have this week announced plans to purchase 230,000 square metres of land for environmental purposes. The area lies between the White Rock Spring Mountain Conservation Estate and the Flinders Gulman Conservation Estate, which is a corridor that is home to several native animal species, including koalas, as well as important plant species. A big win for koalas. The next thing is something that's being worked on at the moment by the University of Queensland that's absolutely fascinating, and it was this week reported by CNN. Researchers at UQ's Biorobotics Lab have found a way to create cyborg bugs that could be used in search and rescue operations. Giant burrowing cockroaches and darkling beetles are fitted with control backpacks that can control the direction they crawl in. It's hoped that they can be used to crawl into spaces that are otherwise inaccessible, such as after earthquakes or bombings, to locate people buried in the rubble. I'm still working out what to include and exclude from these updates, so definitely let me know what you'd like to see more of or less of in these updates, and I'll keep it in mind in future updates. Make sure you're subscribing with all notifications enabled to stay in the loop, and you can say thanks for these updates by buying me a coffee or supporting the channel more long term by becoming a member. If you do become a member, then you have access to a whole lot of videos that are not available publicly otherwise, and you also have more say in the future direction of the channel. But that's pretty much it from me for this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All right. Hopefully everything was recording. Yes, it was.